Greetings, exiles and foodies, and welcome back, or I should say, welcome back to me. After 1.5 weeks on my deathbed with basically a man flu, I have finally recovered and risen from the dead. Get it? We're playing Necromancer, risen from the dead. I'm sorry, I'll stop with the dad jokes for the rest of the video. Anyways, we're back with an update for my league start, and it has been a blast. As you can see here in the background, I have done Minion, I have done Fiat, I have done pretty much anything the game can toss at me. Tier 17s are still a bit rippy as we're on the medium too high, and we're not on the very high budget version of the build yet. So sometimes our zombies die due to not killing things quick enough, or we die due to one-shot mechanics and due to us not being tanky enough yet. There's a few things you could go and upgrade this build with. Of course, my PoE is going to be in the description, but let's jump right into the PoE. First of all, we have swapped around from basically the mapping mid-budget version, as you can see here, and over to the cluster version that you can see here. I'm sitting just shy of 15 million DPS. When I did the Maven and the Fiat, I have approximately 10 million DPS, but that's because I've crafted the +2 Minion wand. Since then, I've upgraded to a Darkness Enthroned that's better than my previous, which had around 75. And we got the Fortress Covenant, Quickening Covenant, and the Amana's Gaze gems here. Sorry, not gems, jewels, of course. But other than that, I've also, in the PoE here, added both the Anime Guardian items and I've added our Merc setup. For the Merc here, of course, I could talk a lot about this, but that's for the... I have a video with the deep dive that I'm also going to link in the description, which basically go over any question regarding the builds, basically, or it should go over anything. So the more important thing is actually the Merc and the setup of that, because this actually does more than you would think. So you can see here, if I remove this, we basically go down to like 12 million from near 15. So that's actually quite a big DPS boost. And we go from 161k down to 140. So it also gives us a bit of health boost, basically. Now let's go over to the actual game again here, because the mercs I've been running around with is, first I got inspired by, of course, Pox, who ran a kineticist with his faster attack and Echo Shrine and Acceleration Shrine video that went a bit viral. And other than that, I have been trying out the Bladecaster and the one with the Malevolence. The one Merc with Malevolence I didn't feel was working so nicely for me. So basically the Bladecaster that we see right here, which is running the aspect of the spider, just felt much better, basically. Now I've equipped this with the Venomous Shroud, the Venomous Circlet, and the Venomous Boots. The boots let us inflict spiderweb one more time, so we're going from 3 stacks to 4 stacks when aspect of the spider, which makes enemies take more damage. This can basically go from 15% increased damage taken to 20%. This helps a lot. Then we have the body armor, which basically gives enemies affected by a spiderweb. Has 10% reduced damage stealth and -10 to all res, which also helps quite a lot when we're chaos build. And lastly, we have the faster inflict of spider webs. Next to that, we're running some blind, some unearth, intimidate on the build. We're running a SNF just to help with clear and basically give temporal chains to nasty rares. And of course we have this one just to make sure we don't hit curse limit for some strange reason. I don't know what it should be. We're basically just running temporal chains and the despair here. The playstyle basically is just running around, as you can see in the background. Here I will just show a clip with just cursing left and right. And that's about it, basically. But the aspect of the spider, I haven't really found a way other than putting it in custom modifiers to add mercenary things here. So basically we have nearby allies damage with hits is lucky from the Perquel's toe thing. Then we have the nearby, oh, I actually removed this, so my bad. Let's just remove this real fast, the count binding, because the count binding actually make us less tanky. Because we have a very high fizz damage reduction armor. We have high armor due to us running determination. But yeah, nearby allies damage with it is lucky. And then of course we have the aspect of spider thing down here, as you can see. Nearby enemies deal 10% reduced, have 10 minus risk, and take 20% increased damage. Then we have the Anime Guardian with a Deer Cast and the Kingmaker. And I'm running a Legacy Fury Gravebind to really give it that extra clear speed. Other than that, as you can see in the PoE, we're running Frenzy charges for minions, Endurance charge due to the perfect Warlord. As you can see here, we have a Carnage Chieftain, Perfect Forest Warrior, a Perfect Warlord, and Perfect Hulking Miscreation. Chieftain gives us Frenzy, Forest Warrior give you Onslaught, and it has Culling Strike, but we have that from the Kingmaker, so it doesn't matter. But it gives nearby allies have Onslaught. Warlord give you Vitality and Endurance charges, and Hulking just give big DPS boost with some shenanigans it does, basically. It gives a big damage buffs to your nearby allies. So that's basically it. I'm not sure how to add the damage buff thing, that the creation thing, what's it called here? Hulking Miscreation. I'm not sure how to add it in the PoE, so I've not done that. So this is probably even a bit higher, but let's just say it's shy of 50 million. But yeah, with this, I've probably invested 40 divines, 40 to 50 divines in the build, and I'd say this is the mid tier. And then of course, if you really, really want to go for a higher tier, I have I would probably go for a Warn here with not attack speed or mana, but basically minion damage and crit, most likely. And of course a better Aegis champion kite shield here, and we have a better helmet, better gloves, boots, and yeah, better tools and higher level. That's basically the way to upgrade this build. It has been very fun, and it's gonna be a very good staple for me to keep farming my rituals, which I've been pumping tons of divines out of. And other than that, I've been running incursions due to everyone and their mother basically buying up the temple that give corruption, and basically every third map I can print out a corruption chamber. Of course, I'm gonna link my Atlas skill tree also, so you guys can see it here. This is the Atlas skill tree that I'm running. I'm gonna link a description with the PoE planner thing in the description, so you can also follow it. But basically this is what I've been running since league start, and it's still working for me. So yeah, feel free to comment anything if you have questions. I'll try to answer everything. And of course, I want to just say thank you for those who've watched my previous video and followed it. And yeah, then I'm starting to work on my next build, which is gonna be well, not gonna be, because it is already here. Elementalist, unarmed, cast on crit stuff. And of course I saw Mathel posting a video 20 hours ago, so I was like, right, so everyone's just gonna go spam copycat in my my comment section whenever I post that. But yeah, I'm running a Zoomancer, unarmed, crit, something, but I'm not sure what to do with this yet, so it's kinda on the shelf for a bit, because it can do tier 16 and 17, but it's very, very unstable, let's call it that. So, anyways, if you want to see what this ends up with, make sure to leave a sub and check out the next video that I'm gonna post. And without further ado, stay sane, exiles, and see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.